Hi kids. In today's section you are going to learn about factors determining supply. Price of the commodity. How the price of the commodity it affects the supply. When the price it highs, that means it higher the price, then the supply also it will be very larger. Price is the incentive for the producers as well as for the sellers to supply it more. Price of other commodities. If the price of the other commodity, if it increases, then automatically it will affect the reduction in the cultivation of the other products. It will reduce the give the production in the other products. For example, only in our book they given as a, if the price of the commodity cotton, if it rise means definitely it will affect the other products cultivation. That means a reduction in cultivation in the food crops. Okay, it will apply there. Price of factors. When the input prices go up, this results in rise in cost, and so supply will be affected. Supply it will be affected. Okay, when the cost of production, we know already I said that four factors: land, labor, capital and organization. When the prices of that cost of the production it will increases means definitely it will affect the supply too. Price expectations. The expectations over future prices determines the present supply. We may expect that in future the price of that commodity it may increase. Okay, when we are thinking like that, that the expectation it is there, the future in the of the product, in the future the price of the product if it increases, if you are keeping that one in your mind means definitely it will affect the, what is that one, supply. That means the supply, the people, what they will do, they will rise in price anticipated in the future. Sellers tend to retain their produce for future sale. What they will do there, they will retain as it is their production, okay, for the future sale. They won't produce that one in the market. They may be given the so much of the production, but what they will do, they will retain as it is, okay, for the future sale. Okay, and so supply in present market is reduced. Technology. With advancement in technology, production level it improves automatically. Average cost also it will decline, so supply level it will increases. Natural factors. What are the natural factors it affect the supply? Agriculture natural factor is the monsoon and climate, that we know very well, isn't it? That only is the basic problem what we are facing in the supply of the agriculture goods. Discovery of the new raw materials. When the new raw materials we discovered, that means the cheaper, in the cheaper rate we will get the cheaper rate we will get the raw materials. Okay, when we are getting the cheaper rate the raw material, definitely we will give the high quality of the product to increase the supply of the product. Taxes and subsidies. Subsidies for inputs, credit power, etc. also encourage the producers to produce more. Withdrawal of incentives will hamper production. Taxes, both direct and indirect, kill the ability and willingness to produce more. If the more taxes we are have, that means for our product the government it's allocating means definitely what we will do, we will reduce our production. We will reduce our production. That means we are not no one is not interested to pay the more tax for their product in the government. Okay, so only what they will do, if the more taxes it applied for their products means what they will do, definitely they will reduce their production. Objectives of the firm. We know for each and every firm only what is the objectives for them. They want the maximum profit in at the cost in the minimum level. In the cost it should be in the minimum level, but they should need the maximum profit. When the goal of the firm is sales maximization or improving market share, the supply of the product is likely to be higher. They want to get the more sales. That means definitely they will give the more supply alone of the production. Now we will learn about the elasticity of supply. Elasticity of supply, it defined as the degree of responsiveness of changes in supply to change in price on the part of sellers. Okay, what they given here, elasticity of supply is equal to proportionate change in supply divided by proportionate change in price. They given the formula also here, isn't it? ES is the elasticity of supply is equal to delta QS divided by delta P into P by QS. That means the Q, it is represent the supply, P represent the price, and delta denotes a change. Okay, how the changes it applies, that only in this one they given. Next we will move on to the types of the elasticity of supply. There are 5 types, isn't it? They given the 5 types there. Okay, 5 types of the elasticity of supply: relative elastic supply, unitary elastic supply, relatively inelastic supply, perfectly inelastic supply, perfectly elastic supply. Okay, everything they given here. From the diagram itself we may know that one. First, relatively elastic supply. Relatively elastic supply means elastic supply, it will be greater than 1. Okay, it is greater than 1. The coefficient of elastic supply is greater than 1. 1% change in the price. That means if the 1%, the change, 1% only a change in the price, then it will increase the more percentage of the supply of the commodity. Okay, it will increase the more percentage of the supply of the commodity. In the graph itself we may know that A to C, it is only the small gap, that means the 1% only it increases, but B to D, it is more than 1, it is more than 1. That means the changes in the quantity supplied, it will be greater than 1. Next, they given about the unitary elastic supply, isn't it? Unitary elastic supply means that ES equal to 1. That means ES equal to 1 means we may say from this graph itself that if the 1% of the price it increases, then definitely the 1% alone the quantity supply also it will increase. Quantity of the supply also it will increase for the only 1%. That is known as the ES equal to 1. Okay. Next, relatively inelastic supply. In the relatively inelastic supply, the ES is smaller than 1. Smaller than 1. How? From the graph itself we may say that A to C, it is more than 1%, isn't it? It is more than 1%. That means 1% change only in the price of, 1%, more than 1% change in the price of the commodity, it will give only the less supply of the product, less supply of the product of the commodity. Okay, less supply only we are getting. In the first one, actually in the relatively elastic supply, what I said, 1% if the price increases means the supply of the product it will increase more than 1. But here reversible. Okay, it is in the reversible manner. That means if the 1% change, you may think that as a 1% also. If the 1% change in the price means it will decrease the supply of the product less than 1. Next we will move on to the perfectly inelastic supply. In this one, ES equal to 0. 1% change in the price of a commodity causes no change in the quantity supplied. See here, 1% of the price it is increased, but there is no change in the product. There is no change in the product, supply of the product. It is called as a perfectly inelastic supply. Okay, next, perfectly elastic supply. In this one, what it will happen, 1% change in the price, 1% change in the price of a commodity causes infinitive change in the quantity supplied of the commodity. It will move on to, that means the more, we can't able to say as more than 1 or less than 1 like that. It will be infinitive. It will be in the infinitive manner. Okay. Factors governing elasticity of supply. Nature of the commodity. Durable goods can be stored for a long time. Okay, so the producers, what they will do, they can wait until they get a high price. Until they get the high price, what they will do, they will wait. Okay, and once they get the higher price, what they will do, the supply of that product, it will be more there. The supply of the product, it will be more. It will be possible also when what they will do, actually they will store for their long time. They can able to store for the long time. For the example, we may say about the electricity goods and all, isn't it? Electricity goods and all, what we are saying as a durable goods alone. Okay, the supply of the durable goods is very high, but perishable goods, it can't be applicable. Perishable goods are to be sold immediately. So perishable goods, it will be have the low elasticity of supply. Cost of production. When production is subject to either constant or increasing returns, additional production and therefore increased supply, it will be both possible. So elasticity of supply also, it will be greater. Under diminishing return, increasing return, okay, the supply, it may be increased, but in the diminishing return, definitely the output leads to the highest cost alone. So elasticity of supply, it will be less. Next, technical condition. In a large scale production, and also with the large scale production means we will say the organizer, that means that the industry which is in the huge capital investment. Okay, the industry which runs under the huge capital investment, they can't supply adjusted easily. They can't able to adjust the supply easily. So elasticity of supply is lesser alone. Where capital equipment is less, that means in the small scale industry, capital equipment is less, and technology also, it is very simple. Those, so the supply is more elastic. We can give the more production whenever we need. Time factor. During a very short period when supply cannot be adjusted, elasticity of demand is very, very low. In short period, variable factors can be added, and so supply can be adjusted to some extent. So elasticity of supply, it will be more. Okay, in longer period, even the fixed factors can be added, and in supply is highly elastic. It will be highly elastic.